It's tough to construct a horror film in a believable fashion. To succeed, it has to feel real and it has to be scary. Though 9 times out of 10, a horror film ends up looking more cheesy and fake than scary at all. So in the spirit of Halloween, I'm going to count down a few of horror's biggest fails. This is Kev Rock's top 5 horrible horror films. Number 5, Bride of Frankenstein. Though I personally dislike this film, it is a huge title and was very well received, but I don't think I'll ever understand why. After fearing Frankenstein's monster in the first film, I now found myself sympathizing with him. Anyone else find this a bit odd? The film sticks closer to the novel, making the monster a little more human, a little less monstrous, and much more talkative. Okay, so now the monster can talk? And, oh god, is he crying? I don't watch horror films to feel bad for monsters. I watch them to get scared, and there is nothing scary about this film. To be fair, it isn't a bad movie, but it is a horrible horror film. Number 4, Jason Goes to Hell. Well, there isn't too much to say. This film looks incredibly fake. Think it looks fake? It looks as though it was scripted and directed by a 10-year-old, and I am not joking. It's as cliche as can be, and worse. It's a disgrace to the Friday the 13th series, and a disgrace to horror films in general. Number 3, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. If Rob Zombie didn't do enough explaining for Michael Myers in his first shot at a Halloween remake, well, now in his sequel, we learn why Michael Myers wants to kill his sister. Do we have to know everything about Michael Myers and all of his intentions? It takes away from the mystery behind this masked killer that we loved so much before Rob Zombie got his hands on the franchise. Even worse, this time around, Michael Myers growls. Oh, that's terrifying. But not only has he ruined Michael Myers, he's ruined all the other characters too. Dr. Loomis is now a famous writer whose only concern is to sell books and keep up with his celebrity image, and Laurie Strode is just a complete whack job. So there you have it. Time for a change in writers. Number 2, Saw 7. Good God, is this film terrible. I know from the beginning Saw was never a great series, but if you ask me, the Jigsaw character was so interesting it made up for any other flaws in the films. So what was the biggest flaw in Part 7? Jigsaw's not in the film. All we get is one flashback scene and that's it.
In ancient Egypt, if you were speaking under oath, you were required to say, "If I'm lying, take me to the quarries." That mean anything to you?
No, sir, it doesn't.
So there's blood and there's gore and it's in 3D, but who gives a crap? In the final scene, the big surprise ending is that Dr. Gordon from the first Saw has been helping Jigsaw the whole time. I know this is supposed to blow me away, but after sitting through 2 hours of people senselessly dying with no Jigsaw to make any sense of it, this little surprise ending isn't going to make up for it in the last 10 minutes. All in all, it was a rushed final installment only made for the purpose of capitalizing on Hollywood's current 3D fetish, and it's terrible. And coming in at number 1 on our list is Seed of Chucky. I think it's safe to say that this is the stupidest horror film I've ever seen. The first 3 Child's Play films were classic slasher flicks. Scary, edgy, and even a little humorous at times. The Seed of Chucky is nothing like that. It almost seems like it was intended to be some sort of comical horror, though it isn't funny and it certainly isn't scary. It's just insanity. We've got people dying, a doll that can't figure out his gender, Jennifer Tilly slutting it up, bizarre nude scenes, Chucky masturbating, and countless attempts at this humorous take on murder that proceed throughout the entire film. It's one of the most unbearable films I've ever seen, and it'll never make you want to watch another Child's Play film again. Well, that's all the horrible horror films I can take. I'm Kevin Savo, and please subscribe for more reviews.